Hello, Blizzard fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is Game 4 between HerO and Maru on Secret Spring from their quarter-final round of IEM Taipei 2015, held in January of this self-same year. Let's get the production tab up here, and in the last video I erroneously said that HerO, the pink Protoss here in the bottom left, was up 2-1. But actually, I misspoke, and it was Maru that was up in the series 2-1. So, here in this Game 4, in this best-of-5 series, if Maru can pull off the victory, he will actually have beaten HerO, a fantastic Protoss player in his own right, and he will move on to the semifinals. So, HerO is really on his back foot here. He needs to do a good job defending against whatever is thrown at him by Maru. And Maru, he's got to feel a lot of pressure to close it out here. He doesn't want to go to a Game 5 against HerO, just because in Game 5s anything can happen. It's a one-and-done. One missed cheese can cost you the entire series, and so he wants to finish it off here in Game 4 and be done with it. So, HerO, though, going a little bit aggressive, going for the gateway on the low ground to get out some units early across this map. We have a barracks going down here for Maru as well. And interesting thing about Secret Spring is the only way to get through here is through this very narrow corridor from one side to the other to get to your opponent's base. There are some paths over here, but you'll notice, if I can actually find where we're looking, yes, they are blocked by destructible rocks, which can take a while to get through, so this is really the only viable path for early game harassment. SCV comes on up, scouts what he sees the low ground gateway, recognizes there's likely a stalker coming because of the cybernetics core. It is being chrono boosted out. A perfect scout here. An Reaper coming out, something maybe in response? I'm not sure. Let's follow him though. Oh, we don't need upgrades. We want the production tab. So the Reaper gets out past that Stalker. Stalker's going to come up and try to see what damage he can do. We'll kind of bounce back and forth between these two harassments as we need to. Reaper says, alright, up to the high ground we go with my jetpacks, and we'll see what damage we can do. Is he going to scout first? He knows there's not a Nexus, so he just heads right on into the mineral line. Quick response there, though. The probe does escape. One probe goes down. This probe actually coming to take a Nexus. I don't see a lot of reaction time at all. Meanwhile, a lot of SCVs coming off the line to deal with this Stalker. He has no kills yet. He's mostly just scouting at this point. The Reaper coming in gets 3 kills. Is he going to get another one? Just not good reaction time from HerO, and another probe goes down. Reaper hops up here, checks for the presence of a base, and there's not one. Just kind of healing up with his combat drugs. Fakes out the Stalker, heads back on down to get more probe kills. Is he going to get another one? Yes, he is. 5 kills in total. This guy is just running around. The Stalker does have a single kill. I believe it's one of these SCVs that he managed to get down. Running around getting caught by these Marines, trying to get good angles to cut him off, get him out of here, and the Stalker actually manages to survive just long enough with 9 hit points. Not able to turn around and kill anything at all, though. But I think that single Marine might be able to kill him. And yes, HerO does lose to the 5 health Marine, that Stalker. The Reaper, though, meanwhile, has 6 kills. Man, that's huge for him. 19 to 19 harvesters for the Terran player, which, again, with Chrono Boost means a lot. Usually, Protoss players are ahead in worker count at this point, and to be tied up is a major victory for Maru. So this guy's kind of scouting around. There is a base going down in the natural for both of these players, Command Center and Nexus. This is a map with a fairly safe natural. Again, it has a lot of open space that you can't really hop into. I suppose you could blink up here and then blink up here, or have a Reaper hop up here and hop up here. But it's one of the more safe places to take a natural in all of the maps in Starcraft 2. Stargate going down, maybe for some Oracle harassment. Oh my goodness, this Reaper coming in, getting a little bit greedy, trying to get another probe kill. The Stalker says no, that is not going to happen. Concussive Shells coming up, and Warp Gate about to finish researching as well. Will this Reaper die? The Stalker might be able to kill it. No, he escapes with 13 hit points. Moves up around here, tries to see what he can see, and maybe checks for the presence of a weird random expansion here at the gold, but doesn't quite see anything there and just kind of heals up. Meanwhile, the Mothership Core actually doing some harassment on these units. Does have a couple kills. I assume those are SCV kills at this point. Just kind of moving back and forth, forcing the Marines to stay back at home. They can't come out with the rest of this group. It is an interesting attack here from the Terran player. Usually they'll wait for like combat shields or +1/+1 or stim. But instead, Maru says, I'm going to attack now. I'm going to come at a time when the Protoss player does not expect me to come. And there's really nothing to defend against this. He immediately takes down this pylon, depowering the gateway and the cybernetics core. Nothing to defend against it at all. The Reaper comes through, gets killed. There are 3 Stalkers against this huge army, a bunch of Marines, and 2 Marauders with slow. They're going to try to focus down this pylon. It looks like game was paused for a second, trying to prevent this Oracle from coming out. Do they manage to get it? Yes! Just at the very last second, they managed to prevent the Oracle from being built. These Marauders actually get surrounded by some probes, and yes, gets picked off. There are 3 Marines left against 3 Stalkers, and they get cleaned up fairly easily. So good micro there from HerO. He did lose the Pylon. He lost the Oracle, which slows him down a bit. He actually did lose 7 workers in that attack as well. Just brutal. It's 27 to 19 Harvesters in favor of Maru. So ouch. That attack did more than I thought. It didn't actually kill those Stalkers, but it took a lot of workers down, prevented that Oracle from coming out. The Oracle now is finished. Going to come up and see if he can help with this attack. No, there's nothing to do. There are too many Marines for him to handle. He's just going to poke around and see what he can kill. Meanwhile, another attack coming up. We still don't have +1 on these Marines or even Stim, although Combat Shield has finished. So we come on up. Oracle says, can I get some easy kills here? No, there's a missile turret. He does back out. A well-placed missile turret is very good for him. Coming up the ramp, the Marauder gets picked off from his compadres with that force field, and he ends up dying. And so Maru says, fine, I'll take this warp gate then. That's on the low ground. It's a free pickup for me. You can't do anything about it. And he manages to get that off. The Oracle still has no kills. Coming on in, trying to see what he can see. Recognizes the barracks coming up. Tries to kill some of these Marines, but there are just too many, especially with the combat shield. It makes them extra tough to kill. And he just bounces back out to restore some of his health. Meanwhile, an attack up the ramp says, nope, there are 2 sentries here. I'm not getting up that ramp without losing a lot of dudes. Time to head on back home and defend for a little bit. Meanwhile, we do have a factory coming up for the Protoss player. Maybe some Widow Mines are in the future. This base is just, I mean, he is just woefully understaffed in the worker count. He's at 36 to 27 Harvesters for the Terran player. And HerO is just in a lot of trouble here. Moving on up the ramp are these units to defend against its Oracle harassment. A forward pylon, I heard it, there it is. Forward pylon coming up here next to the trees for HerO. He needs to get an attack off. He needs to do some damage to win this game. Oracle comes in and says, oh, a starport. And he snipes down the worker making the starport, and then flies out. So that'll delay any potential medevacs that are going to come out for the Terran player. That is super annoying for him. He really wants those medevacs to deal with these Protoss units. A Stalker Sentry Ball at the front. I don't know if they want to attack up here. There is a pretty big Marine Bio Ball. Again, we do have a Stim. Not quite finished yet, but almost. It will be there to deal with these units momentarily. There are actually 4 kills by that Oracle before it dies. Managed to kill the workers, it looks like, on the gas. And these guys, they need to do something at this point. 40 to 35 Harvesters. We are harvesting like crazy over here at the natural, while we only have 12 workers here at the natural for HerO. We are warping in more Stalkers. Do we have any upgrades at all? No, we do not. Sentries are good for evening things out, though. And let's see what happens. Going to zoom out a little bit. Watch these guys dancing back and forth with each other. Kind of shy, like kids at a junior high dance. But now, Maru moves down the ramp. He says, I will force this engagement, stem right on up, try to see what I can kill. Managing to take down a single Stalker. All of the sentries are still alive, though. Good force fields, keeping that Marine actually dies, keeping everybody away. The Stalkers are able to get a few pot shots off before they're forced to blink back. The forward pylon does get taken down by this Marine ball. But some good angling by Maru means he comes around, forces the sentries up along the top, and then chases those Stalkers back on home. HerO tries to juke out the Terran player by moving right and then moving left again, but it looks like these sentries might possibly die. One getting picked off very quickly, force fields going down, making everybody run around the wrong way, but there's a little gap they can force their way into. Coming up, all of the Stalkers die, or the sentries die. That is huge for Maru. Chasing all of these guys back home. The Stalkers are going down one by one, and this is just not a great spot at all for our Protoss player to be in. This might be the end of the series for him. Marauders pushing on up. They have Stim, they have medevacs, and a bunch of Stalkers are here quite ready, as well as a pylon to warp in reinforcements as soon as that's done. The Stalkers absorbing a lot of damage here, or the Zealots rather, as they run up. The Stalkers taking shots to the face, time warp slowing things down. Good micro there, picking up the damaged units is Maru, and then dropping them again when the focus is off. This backwards pylon, I guess not a forward pylon, a backwards pylon, anyway, does get destroyed. No reinforcements there, but there are reinforcements from the top of the ramp. This Marauders coming in just doing so much damage. They are so good against everything that come out of gateways for Protoss units. Trying to snipe down, does snipe down a single medevac. Marauders coming through, though. These Stalkers are all low on health, and this pylon's going to get taken down. Cybernetic score would be a huge pickup for our Terran player. That means no more tech units, tech buildings can be built for a Protoss player. Can he keep it alive? And no, it does go down. Maru gets the pickup. HerO desperately trying to come down and pick off these guys, but there is a good concave. Everyone has to come down this ramp, and they get trapped a little bit. A Stalker dies. More reinforcements coming up, and HerO calls the GG. So Maru wins the series 3-1, and in a little bit of a shock. I thought we'd probably go to 5 games in this series, but no. Maru takes it fairly decisively over HerO, and he will move on to the semifinals in IEM Taipei 2015. So this has been Falcon Paladin. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you like what you saw today, so you can catch daily Starcraft 2 professional casts. I'm also on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /Falcon Paladin. Very easy to find. And until next time, you take care of yourself.